In today's video, I'm going to share with you a few simple tips to stop topping your hybrid clubs. Make sure you check this video out. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all about improving the strike with your hybrid clubs. Stop topping them. It's also going to be stop hitting them heavy. Use these as your friend. They can be so useful once you know what you're trying to do with them. If you do enjoy the content in this video, if it has helped, make sure you hit the thumbs up and also share with as many golfers as you can. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. So using the hybrid club, and what I've got here, this for me is a 3 hybrid. That is designed to replace a 3 iron. And that's the first thing we've got to get into our head. So I've got out here ready a 3 wood and a 3 iron. And you can see there's quite a big difference between them in terms of the shaft length and the head and the loft on the golf club. So my 3 wood is actually a slightly stronger lofted, 14 degrees, quite typically maybe 15 degrees. Whereas my 3 iron is going to be closer to 19, 20 degrees, so a little bit more lofted and obviously a shorter shaft length. I would play these in very different ball positions. So with the 3 wood, I'd actually play the ball just behind the driver. So the drive would be opposite my lead heel. The 3 wood is going to be half a ball's width inside that, so pretty close towards my left heel. Whereas actually my 3 iron, I'm not going as far forwards. I'm making a small step with my lead foot and a bigger step with my trail foot, and I've got the ball actually more like a club head's width, so a good 3 inches or so inside, maybe even a little bit more inside my lead heel. So very different ball position, because with the fairway wood, I'm trying to sweep it. I'm trying to almost hit a 0 angle of attack, whereas with the iron here, I'm definitely looking for a slightly more downward blow. I'd expect a little bit more of a divot. Now I've got to try and play the hybrid more like the iron. It is not replacing a fairway wood, it is replacing the iron. So a 3 hybrid, if you're newer into the game, is replacing a 3 iron, a 4 hybrid, a 4 iron, a 5 hybrid, a 5 iron. I know that sounds quite simple. It's a question I get quite a lot. If you're unsure about it, don't be embarrassed. They are designed to replace the irons, not the woods. So it is closer to the length of an iron than is a fairway wood. It's almost between the two. And we're designed to use them as irons. They're iron replacements. The reason you might ask now, why do I have a 3 iron and a 3 hybrid? They do slightly different things for me. My 3 iron driving iron is a little bit flatter ball flight, definitely hits it lower. It doesn't carry as far, runs a little bit more. This is higher flighting and can stop a little bit quicker. So depending on where I am, the 3 iron there, the driving iron for me, works great when I'm into the wind trying to hit a low running shot. Whereas if I want to fly it higher, stop it, I would use my hybrid club personally. So these are a little bit easier to get airborne. But what we're going to do is play this in the same ball position that we would play our 3 iron, our 4 iron. So we're good club heads width inside my lead heel. And that's going to help me with a slightly more downward angle of attack than where I'm playing the fairway, where I'm sweeping almost sort of a level blow. So I'm looking for that slight downward angle of attack. And that's the first thing, is ball position. The second thing is in that head space that we're actually going to be cutting the grass and taking a divot. So I'd encourage you in your practice swings to go ahead, maybe start small, build it up, but I'd encourage you to get used to striking the ground and actually making a little bit of a divot on just after contact. How we make sure that divot is happening on the ball, through the ball, is making sure that on the downswing our pressure is moving towards our lead side, our body is rotating through. Do not think that you've got to help these clubs up in the air. The club will do it for you. So bad strikes will tend to come from players being too flat-footed, leaning back away from the target. So we've really got to ensure that we take that divot and we encourage our body to finish in this sort of shape here, where my pressure's onto my lead side, my trail knee is moved towards my lead knee, my body is rotating through. So let's get some practice swings where we're just trying to brush the grass and finish in that full finish position, rotating our body really well through to the finish. Let me go ahead and hit one. So ball position was first. Good club head's width inside my lead heel. What helps me rotate my body towards the target, start with that lead foot, then flared out a little bit at setup. If that's 0, let's go for 35 degrees to allow my body to rotate. I'm getting the thought that I'm going to hit the ball and take a little divot, and I'm doing that by ensuring that I get my pressure towards my lead foot. So you can see ball turf contact, definitely took a divot, definitely hit it a little bit on the way down there. Now, I'm not trying to hit it on the way down by driving my arms into the ground. You'll have perhaps heard me talk about this before, but our lowest point of our swing with our hands is actually at the last parallel. My hands are moving up even though the club is still moving down. So it is the down cock of my wrists and the pressure moving towards my lead foot that I really want you to focus on there. The pressure moving forwards, my body rotating, that's going to allow me to take that little bit of a divot with the golf ball. So really happy with that contact, with that strike. Let's try one more. So ball positions first, just inside lead heel by about club head's width. Lead foot is flared out to help my body rotate. And I'm getting the feeling that I'm going to hit the ball and turf. You will see hopefully a well-balanced finish position. So got my pressure onto my lead foot, a much shallower divot, but still got a little bit of a scrape of the turf there, made that previous divot a little bit wider. Not as deep, but definitely still got ball turf contact, definitely still got my pressure towards my lead side. So as a quick recap, play it as an iron, not a wood. Play it in the same ball position you play your long irons if you've got a 3 or 4. You can obviously get 5 and 6 hybrids. They've got to move back to where that 5-6 iron would be, just forwards of center. Encourage yourself to strike down on the ball by making sure that your pressure is moving towards your lead side and your body is really rotating through. It's always going to help by flaring that lead foot out as setup because it allows your body to rotate through. If this video has helped, as I mentioned at the start, hit the thumbs up, share with as many golfers as you can, and consider, put my teeth back in, consider subscribing.